Yo, what's going on, gamers? Today we talk about the most buffed character in Snowbreak, Siris. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I had something recorded for her last week. I didn't like it, so that's why I didn't have anything out last week. Um, so we're redoing it, obviously. But basically, I'm just gonna give my quick opinion about her, and that's pretty much it. To keep it short, I like her. I think she's probably the most fun character in the game, but in terms of like being the strongest, I'm not 100% sure. But just like a quick rundown of how she works is that so you have her skill. Her skill has two stages. At stage one, all she gains, or she runs forward with a shield, and she gets 20% damage reduction with increased anti-interruption ability. Basically, it's harder for enemies to knock you out of the skill. If you dodge, it removes it. That's it. But if you run for a little bit longer, you get the second shield, and this one is basically like her main gimmick with her shield. And so basically, when you run into enemies at stage 2, you deal thermal damage to every enemy that you hit, and it consumes 5 energy for each second that you are running. You do maintain the 20% decrease in damage, and you gain stacks of something called resilience, which is resilience is the main thing of her kit for like a lot of her damage. Resilience and I believe is like resistance or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on the naming. The resilience is the bar that goes up to 200, and then the other resistance or whatever, rejuvenation I think is actually what it's called. Rejuvenation is the little diamond. Yeah, it's a lot. Like her skill has a lot of wordings, but it's really simple. Basically, you just want to spam her skill onto enemies when it reaches the stage 2, so that way you can get your S energy back, gain resilience stacks, deal damage, and that's pretty much it. You want to, like, resilience, you can only, like I said earlier, you can hold up to 200. Rejuvenation, I believe it's like 20. And the way you gain rejuvenation is that it goes up and down every 20, or every 20 stacks that your resilience increases or decreases, you gain a stack of rejuvenation. It's simple. The rejuvenation is what her alignment is based off of, and that's basically how you get bonus attack through her alignment index. So you want to try to maintain that. I believe the rejuvenation does decrease. I'm not sure at the rate at which it decreases, but it does decrease over time. The only way to increase or decrease resilience is to pop her ultimate. She consumes 100 resilience, and then she locks on up to 5 targets, or 5 times, I believe, to deal damage. That's basically how she works. So yeah. Now that we got that out the way, the more complicated shit, I'll probably expand upon my views here. So regarding Siris, like, I use her in a similar manner to the way I use Haru, i.e. in a way to like clear trash mobs and stuff like that. I know Haru's like ability can go through walls and stuff, but I feel as though Siris is better just because she hits harder, she moves around the map quicker, and she has the damage reduction and stuff like that. So personally for me, I prefer her over Haru gameplay wise. But in terms of like bossing, like, I've tried to use her, but I feel as though she's not the strongest, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think if the devs were going for her to be someone to help you get through various modes quicker, I think the devs executed that great. If they tried to build her to be like some strong DPS, they flop, to put it bluntly. Well, not flop, but she's not that good. But that might just be because I'm so used to using Cherno now that it's hard for me to come back down to reality and say that Cherno is the best at what she does. But everybody else doesn't need to be like that. I'm not 100% sure how like the community feels about her. I haven't really been keeping an eye on that. But I do know there was a minor situation with her. It's not a big deal or anything like that, but I think they ended up buffing her 5-star weapon because like the damage, or not damage, but the incentive to go for it wasn't as strong because it wasn't that much better than the free weapon you get in the event shop. And I don't know if that's gone live yet, but I know that they put out a notice for that, and it should roughly be, I believe, 25% better. So if you do like Siris, you want to go for the weapon, there's really no reason not to, but you probably shouldn't, just because anniversary is around the corner. I believe, like, I've seen somewhere that it's like July 20th or something like that, which is soon. So, spend wisely. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't like. The weird thing about her is like, I know I'll say that about her damage, but I know my Siris isn't necessarily built the greatest currently. I'm working on it. So maybe like in the future I go over her again if I really want to. But pretty much like that's pretty much all I really have to say about her. But yeah, just quick rambling at the end. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do when it comes to games. Like at first I wanted to make guides, but I'm like, I don't really like doing it. So I'm just gonna roll with the fuck I'm doing now, and we're just gonna figure this out in the future. So anyway, I appreciate everybody who watched this video. Again, I'm sorry about last week. I just didn't have anything planned, and whatever stuff I did pre-record, I didn't feel like editing. I was in a weird mood. Let's just say that. But anyway, I'll see you all later. If you do enjoy whatever the hell I'm doing around here, do consider subscribing. If you don't, it's all right. You don't have to for now. Anyway, I'll see you all later. I hope that you all have a great day. And yeah.